Mid-dark thoughts of the Gray Tombstone.
Greetings. Last weekend, I put out a warning about what is happening to the scene from the outside. Today, I want to talk about what happens when someone inside the scene tells the truth about it. Angela Benedict. Everyone knows her. She's been making content about goth culture for years. Videos about music, about culture, about history, the occasional makeup video, teaching people how to build a goth wardrobe from a thrift store with nothing but patience and a good eye. She is the real thing, and anyone who has spent any time in this scene knows it. She put out a video recently calling out the e-goth trend for what it is, the sexualization of the aesthetic, the brain rot, reduction of decades of music and community into something scrollable and disposable, the way a subculture built on substance gets stripped down to a costume and a pose. She said what needed to be said, and she said it clearly. And then the attacks came. Except they're not new, and this is what she deals with consistently on almost every video she puts out. The moment she says something true about this culture, something designed to protect it, the same responses show up. You're just a gatekeeper. You're just gatekeeping. I want to just address that directly because the gatekeeper accusation is the laziest weapon in the arsenal of people who want a subculture without standards. Gatekeeping has become a dirty word, but what it actually means in this context is someone who knows what something is and is willing to say so. That is not an insult. That is exactly what this scene needs right now. It needs it right now. And the attacks don't stop there. Not from goths, mostly from people outside the scene who apparently feel entitled to an opinion about how goths handle their own culture. Industrial pages, adjacent scenes, people who showed up to the argument the same way the e-goth trend showed up to the aesthetic, wearing the outfit without doing the reading. One of them, an industrial page, posted that goths arguing about non-goths cosplaying as goths is the reason people don't take goths seriously. Like, really? Well, let that sit for a second. An industrial page telling goths to stop defending their own culture. Because it is embarrassing. The irony of an outsider demanding a subculture stop having standards is apparently lost on them entirely. Then there's this. Someone watched Angela's videos, the talking head, the thrift builds, the cultural commentary, and accused her of sexualizing herself for views. Just because you find someone visually appealing does not mean they are trying to visually appeal to you, Angela said. And she said that herself. And in response, and she's right. But I want to go a step further. That comment and the mind that produced it is exactly what I was talking about last weekend. Because that person is not just online. That person knows where the goth nights are now. That person has been handed a version of what goth is by an algorithm and a trend. And that version told him that goth women are a category, a fantasy, something to be consumed. And now he's showing up in spaces that have always been safe. Spaces where people who don't fit in anywhere else finally found somewhere they belong. This is not abstract anymore. The e-goth trend and the machine behind it is not just burying the music and the culture under a pile of content. It's sending people with the wrong idea through the door of places where the wrong idea causes real harm. And then this happened. A company called Echelon, in collaboration with a content creator called White Phosphor, released a limited edition energy drink. Has anyone seen this? This right here. The product is called Goth Girl Spit. That's the name, Goth Girl Spit. The marketing copy describes a goth girl climbing walls in studded boots, stiletto nails, clutching a can. There's imagery of her spitting into it. The fans are addressed as degenerates. The legal disclaimer clarifies that the drink does not literally contain bodily fluids, goth or otherwise. Someone felt like that needed to be said, I guess. Just want you to think about what this actually is. It's not the joke version of it, not the ironic, detached version of it. Someone looked at the e-goth trend, looked at the way goth women have been reduced to an aesthetic category, a fantasy, something to be consumed, and they saw a product. They built a brand around it. They named it after the bodily fluids of a goth girl and sold it. And people bought it. Sold out. Angela Benedict said the damage doesn't stay online. This is the proof. I said, they're selling people with the wrong idea through the door. Sending people with the wrong idea through the door. You know, this is the wrong idea. In a can, with a logo on it. She also said the damage doesn't stay online. Right? It doesn't stay online. We already said this. She's right. I'm just saying the quiet part out loud. I mean, if you're in this scene, support the people telling the truth about it. If you're from an adjacent scene and you feel the urge to tell goths to stop defending what's theirs, I would encourage you to think very carefully about why you feel entitled to do that. All right? I'm Blake Carpenter. This is Mid-Dark Thoughts of the Gray Tombstone. Maybe I'll see you next time.
See you next time.